It is great to have you with us from Jones Stadium in Lubbock, Texas. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. It's the TCU Horned Frogs and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
I kind of put the Horned Frogs head coach before the game. One of the points coach made in the locker room before the team is that this is a separation game. He understands that both teams are undefeated in conference play, and whoever comes out victorious today can separate and make some noise. It is going to be challenging because it is a hostile environment, so he said we've got to be sharp, communicate, and beat our best at the line of scrimmage, establish the tone with physicality, and throw that first knockout punch. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. And the Red Raiders will kick off first, and here we go. A rather underwhelming start as the kickoff goes out of bounds. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move them back. The run inside. It's Payne. Past the 6. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these two programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these two teams were on a collision course. That's the opportunity ahead of you to go get it done in front of a lot of eyeballs watching.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He'll try to do it himself. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll run him again. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on third down that this running back's going to get it again. He got it on first, had a nice carry, got it on second. Now he set him up in third and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
Shakes off the defender. Finding some room. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And that will go such a long way in deciding this football game. Who can win these short yardage situations? Who can be the more physical team? And this offense right here showing the work up front, man. The big boys all moving together, creating enough space. And I love the way Palmer, the back gets downhill, understands where the first down marker is.
Yeah, you know, some running backs just have a nose for it, and this guy does as well. He's able to sort of find the crease, make himself small, fit into those small spaces, and pick up the first to keep the offense on the field. It's all about momentum and being able to keep drives going. I know that's not going to really show up on any highlight reels, but that was a big play here for the offense.
These fans raising the volume on second and goal. Trying to punch it in. The defense all over him.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped, it's fourth down. Fourth down means go for it. That's all that means now today.
He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Quick give. It's Sticky. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. To the air, it's Hammond. Out wide, it's Simmons. Off and running, the 30, the 10. Touchdown, Red Raider. He got loose and it was lights out after that. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just maul.
Makes the catch, and he's free.
And I like what the offense did right there. A lot of times on first down, you're thinking run, right? Like, be aggressive, come downhill, try to take advantage of the defense. It wasn't a big play, but that will slow this defense down a little bit and just remind them they have to play those screens.
And the Horned Frogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking for a crease to the left. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Now they'll run it to the right here. He's past the marker. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. The handoff. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Dropping back, it's Craig. Throws to the wideout. Zips it out to his man. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Well, I think on that play, you... Why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Raider crowd rising to the occasion to help its defense on third down. Got his man in the middle. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
On fourth down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
4th and 1, I got to know my situation. I got to know I can't mess around as a running back. I got to get through the hole, make the first down. No matter what, if I got to run somebody over, I'm running straight downhill, straight for those sticks, making sure I get that first down.
And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
It's always fun to watch offensive creativity in the red zone. Like, how are you going to get some space for your guy? They try the toss, get him out wide, maybe get him some space. The defense was ready. Nice job falling forward, getting at least a little bit on the play.
Back to pass, it's Craig. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Red Raiders offense comes out ready to attack. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
And, man, I don't know that there's a better 1-2 punch in all of college football when it comes to complementing each other than these two backs. Dickey can run downhill, stay square, be powerful. Williams can you can play touch football in an elevator and lose to that guy. So dynamic, good out of the backfield. Palmer, this offense, I know they got a new QB, but to me it starts on the ground.
It does, and I think that's the part that really makes this offense so unique and dynamic, is it really is an air raid principle type offense, but they're still running it about 50% of the time. And you just mentioned the two guys back there. When you've got talent like that, why not? They absolutely should tote the rock.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Running inside. It's Dickey. They'll give him 3 yards on the play. It's 3rd and 7.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
What a throw! Not a lot of room. He fits it in beautifully, and they've got it at the 30. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. The referee signaled for the 2-minute timeout.
And it's so fun to have that trump card, right? Like, it's almost like playing a video game with this guy. When you got a big tight end that can make plays, that gets open, that feels those soft spots in the zones, 3rd downs, money downs, the tight end is always open, especially with that big body.
Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. Takes it the other way. Smashes him with the stiff arm. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. And he's headed to the end zone, and he's going to score. Touchdown, TCU!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Off play action on 1st down. Left side is Simmons. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. Moves the pocket. It's Hammond. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack.
What a great response by this defense. You give up the big play. What do? You respond right back. You get upfield, get to the quarterback, get the negative play, and get the momentum right back.
The fake and wants to throw. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
They'll try to convert on 4th and long after giving up that big sack. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Going long. Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. Press center downs going to the air. Wide open downfield. Got a lot of room to the right. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. Into the end zone with a breakaway score.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking downfield, it's Hammond. Throws it deep. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Payne. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. Never a doubt. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. And we begin with a look at Miami University taking on the Western Michigan Broncos. And it's the Red Hawks setting school records in multiple offensive categories in one of the highest scoring games I think I've ever seen. Two teams who were very familiar with the end zone today. That caps the season off with a very fine 8-4 record.
They keep it on the ground to open the third. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Give to the running back. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Hammond. Still looking to his right. Trying to escape and get it himself. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys, he could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. The Red Raiders come to the line in the hurry-up. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. TCU ready to crank things up on this drive. They'd love nothing more than to take advantage of that early second-half turnover and cash in and tack a little bit more onto this lead. Going to the running game. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. On the run, it's Payne. There he goes. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
Takes the handoff, and he's going right. There's some room. Got the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. This crowd knows when to bring it. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do we do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball in the perimeter. You toss it out there, you run it back. He gets out there faster. We got a positive game. Still a couple plays here left to him.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Quarterback keeper.
And, man, that's so frustrating for this defense to get him in third down and short. And look, the first down's almost a touchdown, right? So this is a tough situation. This defense is going to have to bring in big bodies and really sell out somehow, try to get some penetration, try to make a big play on first and goal that can maybe back them up.
And the Horned Frogs will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. All over him immediately.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, TCU!
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you scored. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
And the extra point is good, and the lead moves to 20. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They're going to test the right side with this one. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. That's just inexcusable. A delay of game penalty there, and now it is second and a mile and a half. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. Our final quarter is on deck, and it looks as if they are ready to go. So we open the final period with a third down play. Timeout taken by TCU. It's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Hammond. Extending the play. Takes a hit as he fires. Gets rid of it.
And you got to find a matchup. Like, what is the matchup out wide that you can go with? 4 verts, I get it, but they're playing deep. They're understanding that they got a lead. They can play with a cushion. We just need a guy to win a one-on-one battle. Who is our guy that we can pick to make a play down the field?
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That 4th down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
Handoff to the lone back. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
Well, no mystery on that play call, right? You got the lead late in the game. You've gotten the ball back on the other side of the 50 on your opponent's side, and so you're just going to run it. And it's fine if they know that. You just want to stay on the field and bleed this clock, and you got to start thinking about where are your best run-it-runs. Which side of this offensive line is the strongest? Which guys defensively do you want to attack so you can take as much time off the clock as possible?
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Powers inside. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have
It
it.
is perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
Texas Tech will start the drive, the offense ready to go. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. They'll take the penalty and move them back. A false start gives them a little extra work to do here on 2nd and 11. Handoff to Joyner. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both, and that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations, and now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Snap to the back.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Right back to the well. He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Turning it on! And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! That might be the proverbial 4th quarter dagger as they try to finish off their 12th straight win.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
Deep in the end zone, it's Lee. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Typically, you only see this at the end of the game or end of a half. I'm not really sure why we're getting an early peek at victory formation. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. If they have any intention of getting this drive going, they better come up with something on 2nd and long from the 10. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on 3rd down. And they'll take a knee. And the Red Raiders will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Slips through the line. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. Second and long here. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.